Hey guys, just wanted to just put a quick note out there, like I usually do. I was just kind of paying attention to this morning's news, where best to find it, and kind of in the spirit of always asking the question why. A thought kind of came to mind, and maybe everyone's already kind of thought this, and but in any event, kind of asking the question why around these cities that are defunding the police, these cities that are allowing chaos to unfold, those cities that blatantly, obviously, are allowing things to go south quickly and let criminality kind of run rampant. So, a couple of options, a couple of ideas come to mind as to why they would be doing this. Number one, and probably the most transparent and an easy one to recognize, is that they hate we the people. They hate our constant. And I've mentioned this before, so this is nothing new here. But they hate our leadership. They're scared to death of the leadership in the direction that we the people are trying to take it with our president in place. And so they're trying to create as much chaos to wear people down and for people to say, yeah, I'm tired, enough. Yeah, I know our leadership, our government, the direction they're trying to take us is not where I really want to go, but I'm just tired. Take it back. I apologize for, voicing an opinion and putting someone in there to try to change things for the better. I'm sorry. Have at it. That's probably one possibility that they're trying to get. The other one that just kind of came to mind this morning is, they want the government, they want POTUS to send in a National Guard. They want them to send it into Seattle at once upon a time. They want these cities to be taken over by our government with military patrols and with military control. And look at Chicago. Chicago is it's the wild west. And at some point, someone needs to kind of take control, and it really needs to be at the local level. It needs to be where you and we the people, have more power behind our votes to put in the right people. And so, if you chip away at that long enough, if you have liberal leadership long enough, and you skew the votes and control the votes long enough to keep yourself in power and to weaken the local government, at some point people will have to wake up and say, I want the federal government to take over. Not that necessarily they would be any better, but I want them to take control. And once that happens, we the people, have little to no control over what happens in our backyards, and the Fed would then be in more control than they've been in a long time. And then that's one step in the right direction. That is an easy step towards what we know they want to do, which is this one world government where everything's controlled out of the EU. And if you think you have little to no control or power over leadership and what they put on you out of DC, that would be exponentially worse at the one world government level and being pushed to the EU. So if they were to send in the military, so let's kind of play this out. If they were to send in the military, that then would be the federal government controlling the policing at the city, local, county government level. All right. Your control, your wishes will be out of sight, out of mind at the federal level. And if you think the police would come back once the National Guard come in and take over, no, I seriously doubt it. And then again, they want this one world government, so it would be an easy transition to a one world government from that point forward. Now, I'm not suggesting that POTUS wants that. I think he's doing and saying all the right things and trying to hold back and not send in a National Guard. That's why he hasn't done it. Let it play out. Let the people at the local level wake up and push their leadership to do what's right. It's not me. And you've heard him time and time again say that, decision-making process, the controls, the government needs to be managed at the city, local, county level, not from the federal government level. We see him constantly push back on dictates coming from him. I know the narrative has constantly pressed, why is POTUS saying and doing such things? Why is he not taking a stronger stand than NASCAR and the garage door pull that was done years ago that suddenly got brought to light, and the rebel flag? They want him to take a stance. It doesn't matter. That's a local county government issue. That's an enterprise issue. That's NASCAR's issue to decide what they want to do with it, not the president's perspective. And I think it's smart to take that stance. As a fan, Trump may have an opinion on NASCAR. As a fan, he may have an opinion on the National Football League. As a fan, he may have an opinion about baseball and how they choose to portray their respective enterprises, but that's all it is. So in any event, I just wanted to kind of put that out there. Again, I always ask why. Why would they do this? Because these people aren't stupid. In some respects, they probably are stupid, but in other respects, they're not. So ask why would they do something so blatantly, obviously stupid? And that, defunding the police, allowing criminality, rape, murder, everything else run rampant in their respective jurisdictions. Why? And to me, that just makes all the sense in the world. So just something to think about. Always ask why. And I can't say it enough. If you haven't done so already, turn off the freaking news. Anytime I pass by it, which I frankly just don't do hardly at all anymore. It's such opinionated journalism. It's such hate-filled journalism. They're just trying to stir up emotion with little to no facts behind it. Funny thing is around Trump is that he tends to say things that people call out as lies. But has he ever been called out and proven to be lying about anything? He always ends up being proven right, if anything else. So fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. At some point, people, wake up, wake up, smell the roses. Anyway, that's all I want to put out there. Hope this was helpful.